The end could be approaching quickly for a villain on Coronation Street. She might have made a serious mistake by provoking the wrong individual, and it could lead to her downfall. Viewers have criticized her poor choice as she continues to target several residents of Weatherfield. She has been secretly taking belongings from different people and storing them inside a small keepsake box. It appears that whenever someone irritates her or crosses her path, she steals an item that holds meaning or a personal connection to them. Among the items she has taken are a treasured book, a wedding ring which she later returned, and even part of a wedding photograph that she cut out and added to her collection. However, her most recent action could be the one that finally reveals everything, as fans believe she has gone too far this time. In the latest episodes, she became irritated with a detective while working in the home she shares with her partner, where she is employed as a nanny for a young child. After receiving criticism over a cup of coffee she had made, she reacted badly. Even though the detective later apologized, she decided to take revenge by stealing her police badge. The episode showed her hiding it in her bag, while the detective is expected to become confused when she cannot find it in upcoming scenes. Now the question remains, will she try to fix things by pretending to discover the missing badge and return it just like she did before? Or will it become another item added to her secret collection? Either way, many viewers are convinced this could be the turning point that leads to her being exposed. While some are unsure who might discover the missing badge, most believe this latest theft will play a key role in revealing her actions. One viewer commented online that taking the badge could finally uncover the truth, wondering who would be the one to find it. Another pointed out that she may have made things obvious, suggesting that the detective could easily realize who had access to her belongings. Someone else added that she has made a major error by targeting the wrong person, predicting she will be caught soon. Another theory suggested that stealing such an important item was a careless move, as it is not something that can easily go missing, making suspicion inevitable. Others questioned why she would take something so significant just to satisfy her strange habit, calling it a foolish decision that could ultimately lead to her downfall. Kevin and Ronnie are forming a scheme to permanently remove Carl as a tense murder storyline unfolds in Coronation Street. Both men have recently discovered that Carl is actually Debbie Webster's son, but this revelation has done nothing to soften their resentment toward him. After all, Carl spent months having an affair with Kevin's wife Abby, while also secretly taking money from his vulnerable mother. With Kevin and Ronnie both focused on protecting Debbie, any chance of reconciling with Carl seems completely off the table. In the latest episode, Ronnie had to keep up appearances as he watched Carl put on an act about wanting to rebuild his relationship with his mom. However, Ronnie quickly realized that Carl was being dishonest and later vented his anger when he visited Kevin. The two agreed they couldn't stand Carl trying to force his way back into Debbie's life and concluded that it might be best if they found a way to get rid of him for good. Upcoming scenes in the ITV soap will confirm that a resident of Weatherfield is killed. Carl is already among the main suspects, and the fact that Kevin and Ronnie are discussing removing him has sparked theories that they themselves could end up being responsible for his death. However, recent behind-the-scenes images showed the actor who plays Carl still filming on the famous cobbles alongside several co-stars. This suggests that Carl may not be the victim after all. Meanwhile, Debbie's relationship with Carl is set to face further strain when she learns that he told Summer he would reveal the truth about who killed Billy in exchange for money from a life insurance payout. Debbie is horrified by this revelation, and the heated confrontation that follows leads to another troubling episode for her. The question now is whether she will finally cut ties with Carl completely. Or could this situation push Ronnie to take drastic action? Coronation Street teases an intense fallout following the shocking revelation involving Ben and Steve, with emotions running high across Weatherfield. In the coming episodes, Ben Driscoll continues to wrestle with the truth about his real father, a discovery that has turned his world upside down. Although the initial shock is beginning to fade, the emotional impact remains strong. Ben is now faced with a difficult choice: whether he can forgive his mother Maggie for her past actions, and whether he can come to terms with suddenly having an extended family living right beside him. The truth about Maggie's past affair, which ultimately led to Ben's birth, has left everyone deeply shaken. What makes the situation even more complicated is that the secret has tied two families together in a way no one expected. While Ben is trying to move forward and rebuild his life, it's becoming clear that accepting everything won't be easy. The emotional scars are still fresh, and trust has been badly damaged. Determined to bring some peace back into the family, Ben's partner Eva Price steps in with a plan. Hoping to repair the broken relationships, she organizes a meeting where everyone can sit down and openly discuss what has happened. Eva believes that honest conversation is the only way to begin healing the wounds caused by Maggie's deception. However, Ben is far from ready to face his mother. Still filled with anger and hurt, he struggles with the idea of sitting across from her and pretending everything can be fixed so quickly. Despite this, Eva refuses to let the toxic atmosphere at home continue any longer. She pushes for the meeting to go ahead and convinces Ben, Maggie, Will, and Ollie to put aside their differences, at least temporarily, in an effort to restore some normality. The situation is further complicated by other recent events affecting the family. They are still dealing with the fallout from Megan Walsh's manipulation of Will, which has added even more tension and distrust within the group. Although talking things through sounds like the right approach, it quickly becomes clear that putting it into practice is much harder than expected. During the gathering at the bistro, an unexpected moment shifts the mood. Steve arrives and notices Ben and his family sitting together. To his surprise, Ben invites him and Cassie to join them. Even more shocking is Ben's statement that he now sees them as part of the family. This gesture suggests that Ben may be trying to accept the new reality, though it's unclear how genuine or lasting this change will be. Eva feels a sense of relief at Ben's apparent willingness to move forward, but tension still lingers beneath the surface. The big question remains whether the group can make it through the meal without another argument erupting and undoing any progress they've made. As the week continues, the strain between Maggie and her relatives does not ease. Hoping to distract herself, Maggie plans a small coffee gathering with friends at the Rovers. However, Eva intervenes and asks her to change her plans, explaining that the space has already been promised to someone else. When Ben sides with Eva, Maggie is left devastated, realizing just how deeply her actions have hurt her son. Meanwhile, unresolved questions continue to hang in the air. Steve still wants answers about the past, but Maggie refuses to revisit the painful topic and shuts down any attempt at discussion. In contrast, Ben seems eager to build some form of connection with his newly discovered half-brother, suggesting that he may be more open to reconciliation than he initially appeared. Later, Ben approaches Steve in the pub and suggests they share a drink, hinting that there are important things they need to talk about. This moment could mark a turning point, but it also raises doubts. Is Ben truly ready to accept this complicated family dynamic, or is he still struggling with the pain of betrayal? As both families attempt to navigate this new reality, the future remains uncertain. Whether they can come together as a blended family or remain divided by past mistakes is a question that only time will answer.